Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Let me figure out how to pin Tracy so that everybody can see her as they're hopping on. Okay, I got her pinned. All right, so Tracy, will you just start by telling us a little bit about like who you are and your story before and after it worked?
Yes. So I am a mom. I've been married for 12 years. I have three little girls, 10, 5, and 1. They're all spread out. And I have done real estate since I was 18. I've been a youth pastor with my husband. We've been over nurseries at churches. You name it, I've done it. And I swore I was never going to sell another thing. I started college full time 2 years ago, or a year and a half ago. Yeah, year and a half ago, to be an ultrasound technician. And so I decided I was never going to do commission anything ever again. In May of this year, May 25th, I found myself seeing a cleanse host a post. I think it was cleanse or coffee, one or the other, from one of my friends. And I was just at a place in my life where I couldn't lose weight. I couldn't trying to find y'all. There you are. Okay. I couldn't lose weight. Our finances, my husband's in the oil field. And so I stay at home and homeschool the kids. And so we made enough to pay our bills, have nice vehicles, have our house, but we didn't have any extra. And so
Isabella,
we made that sacrifice.
come here.
So, look,
Hey guys, if you're not muted, will you make sure that you hit your mute button? That way we can hear Tracy.
we're not used to it, I'm telling you. Okay. Yeah. So he worked full time in the oil field so that I could stay home and like homeschool the girls. And so I saw the cleanse host post and I was like, okay, I just need something. I need something to lose weight. Like I felt horrible. I was the heaviest I'd ever been. Like I was tired. I was just done. Like I had no hope for anything. So I messaged Tiffany. I didn't know Tiffany and I messaged her. I wasn't friends with her. She was just the one that got the girl to post a post. And I asked her about the product. Well, she sent me the price list. And I ignored her for 3 days. And she just kept saying, are you interested? Are you interested? And I just kept ignoring her because I didn't have enough money to even get this stuff. And so finally one day she wrote me again, are you interested? And I was like, dadgummit, I'm just gonna tell this girl, like, and I asked her, I'm like, can I join your team? How do I do that? And I didn't know what the company was. This is just in May, y'all. I didn't know what the company was, what y'all did, nothing. And she was like, yeah, let's do it. So I called my husband, I'm all excited. And he's like, no, you're not doing that. You're just going to spend money every month on this stupid stuff and you're going to have to buy it and blah, blah, blah. And so I told Tiffany, I was like, my husband told me I can't, so I'm signing up right now. Like, he's not going to tell me I can't do this. So I signed up and I had no clue. The next day she was like, okay, you have to get on Zoom at 6:30 in the morning. And I was like, what? And so I did it. And then the next day she's like, okay, you're going to post this. And I was like, okay. And I did it. And like, I didn't want to do any of it, but I just kept doing everything she said. And in 32 days, I was Ruby and had my first success bonus. And then I guess we went Emerald September 30th. No, August 30th. The last, like 10 o'clock at night, the last day of August, I went Emerald. And then about 3 days before the end of September, we went Diamond. And so it's just been exciting. So yeah, that's how I got started.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. So you joined from a cleanse host to post and ignored her for how many months did you say? Or how long?
No, 3 days.
3 days. Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. So I'm just wondering because I know like whenever I talk to people and they've been in the business for a while, they get into this like mindset where they're like, okay, I'm about to run. Like that's what it was for me. I was in for a while and then I was like, I have to run. And my mindset shift was just like, we needed it financially. We were adding a third baby. And so I was just motivated not to have to miss out with her anymore. So what was it for you? Did you come into this on fire, ready to run, or did you have something that happened that had you have the mindset shift?
No, I had no clue what I was getting into, but like those bonuses, like to me, $150 was huge. Now I'm like, oh, $150. But then it was like, wow, $150. Like I can do that this week from home with my babies. And then I realized, oh, I can do a 350 if I teach this girl. So I would get somebody good and teach them and help them, and it just kept adding. I mean, my second month, I brought home $3,200. That's what I got paid in my second month. And it was insane that I could do that. And so, I mean, I took my kids on vacation for the first time in 4 years. And it was just things that my husband was like, what is happening? What are you doing? At first, he would not let me sign him as a distributor. He did not want a 1099, even nothing to do with it. And after he saw those first few checks, he's like, you can sign me up if you want to. I'm like, okay, you see it now.
Oh my
So
God.
it just, yeah. Then I went on a leadership retreat. I guess a month ago we went with our upline, took us to Orange Beach for 4 days with 16 ladies that I barely know. It was amazing. But while we were there, Kelly Brown, one of our ambassador uplines, told us we did dream boards. And I guess I was at a point where I was just like almost diamond, and everything was coming easy. And she said, I thought, oh, we're just going to put my little farmhouse on there that I want to build and my armada that I want, and she said, like, they took a totally different mindset, and they were like, those are not going to wake you up at 5 o'clock in the morning to send out host to post ask. Like, you need to know what you don't want in your life to wake you up at 5 o'clock in the morning. And so I started thinking about it, and my husband works off. We go with him half the time, 3 hours away, to stay with him because we're in a little bitty town in East Texas. And so we're half the time we're apart from him. And I realized that's not what I want in my life. Like, I don't want my kids to not have their daddy half of their life, tucking them in and loving on them. And I don't want him in a camper by himself 3 hours away. And we've always wanted him to come home and start his own welding business. And so you have to look for what is going to drive you that you don't want to happen, not what you want necessarily. That's not going to wake you up at 5 in the morning. Armada is not going to wake me up at 5 in the morning. I'll get that regardless, but to bring him home where they're not half apart is what I don't want to happen, And so, it's been a huge mind shift for me to see that I'm not trying to get things in my life. I'm trying to prevent things from happening. That I'd never imagined my kids growing up without their dad half time. So that's been a huge mind changer. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
If that makes sense.
Not want? What do you not want? I love that. And I really need to start thinking of it that way, because I find myself in funks like that sometimes too. And what do you not want? That's so huge. My mind is just blown. Okay. So I am like newly obsessed with you. I talk about you all the time, and I'm like, Tracy's freaking killing this. Tracy this, Tracy that. Anyway, so I'm just wondering, what are you doing to duplicate? So where are you finding your team members? And then once you get them on, how are you teaching them to do 4-in-1 and that, so that you guys are growing so quickly?
So I'm getting team members anywhere and everywhere. I don't have a specific place, like literally anyone that will listen to me or even respond back. I ask everyone. And I said in the very beginning, because it changed my life so quick and so much, that I feel like I'm doing an injustice if I don't tell someone about this opportunity, because it's so incredible. Like, I was talking to my niece yesterday. I was like, you're going to do this eventually. And she's like, yes, I know. And I'm like, okay, like, I'm not going to push you, but I'm not going to give up on anyone, because I know how big a deal it is. And literally every lady in the world should do this, because it's so good, and the friendships and the encouragement and the growth, not just the money, to me, I would do this forever, even if I never got paid again, just because of what it's done for my life, And so I try to share that with everyone that I meet. Like, it's not just, I want to sign you up and get you to sell some smoothies. Like, it has nothing to do with that. It's this life-changing experience. And so even if they're skinny, even if they are rich, no matter what, like, all of us need friendships and encouragement and, a tribe. And I feel like I've found that, and it's so cool to have that. So yes. And then the duplicating, I'm just doing what Tiffany did for me, like, just every day, helping any way I can, showing them that we send out host to post asks 2 to 3 times a day. So at no less than 60 asks a day. And just trying to talk to everyone we can. If we ever get in a slump where we call it a bad market, I don't know about y'all's team, but like if people aren't responding or they're not buying from our host to post or they're not commenting, we call it a bad market. So we try to get somewhere else. Like I'll go straight to like Beth Moore's Facebook page and read her comments and see some good Christian ladies and add them and get a host to post up and start in that market. I don't care if it's in Kentucky. I don't care. Like, and if you hit a good market, you try to stay in that market. And so anytime I can feel like start judging that, if it's getting slow, we need to do something else. So we try to do that. Yes.
Okay. So can you explain a little bit more about the home market thing? So I know you said Beth Moore. Maybe this is crazy. I don't know who that is. So is that like somebody like
okay.
an influencer you follow, or?
She is a women preacher, like a woman devotional. She writes devotionals. She is from Houston, which is where I'm from, but she's worldwide amazing. Yes. So I know that she's a good person. And so if she's writing devotionals and people are commenting on her devotionals, you can tell what they comment, if they're a good person or not, and try to get in that market. So yes, that's just one of the things I do.
Awesome. Yes. I love that. Okay, so what would be one tip that you would give for somebody that's brand new and they have been in, let's say maybe like 2 months or less, and they're just still really struggling with 4-in-1s, and just being able to find the team members and the distributors and getting those yeses?
Okay, the first thing I would say is don't limit yourself. Like, don't say, oh, I hope I get my 4-in-1 this month. Like, you need to up your goals and not just say, I'm just going to do this little bit and I might be able to do it. It might happen. No, you're going to get it done. And like, just make it simple in your head and make it your goal that I'm going to get paid every week. I'm going to get my 4-in-1 this week and I'm going to get paid next week. And then I'm going to get a 4-in-1 next week and I'm going to get paid again. And don't limit yourself. Like, we put these blockers on ourselves that it's not possible, and it's totally possible. Like if what's her name? My mind just went blank. The blonde girl that does all the reels, Savannah. If Savannah can sell 96 people a month, that's incredible. And that's a slow month for her. Like, we should be able to get 20 people a month, And so we have the same tools she has, and so we can't limit ourselves with distributors, don't like, and I pray for my distributors. Like, I know you're a Christian lady, but I do, like, I believe that God has the right ladies out there for each of y'all's team. And you just have to pray that God sends that lady that's made to work and be on your team, and believe it. Yes.
So I just want to clarify real quick. You do all the things. You do the TikTok, you do the Instagram, Facebook, all the things, right? No?
No. Well, I mean, I play on TikTok personally. Sometimes I upload not really anything about the business. Instagram, I use it to make my stories, but I don't do any host to post on Instagram. I haven't yet. I want to. I've tried. It didn't work. So really just Facebook is my main source. Yes.
Okay. So then what does your task list look like? What do you do every day?
Okay. So we get up at least 5. Well, I wake up with my husband at 5. And I go ahead and interact. We interact, and then we send out 25 to 30 friend requests, and then 30 host to post ask, and then 10 DT ask. And then we post and we boost each other's posts. And then I will get on one of our power hours so I did that at 5. I'll do either a power hour at 6:30 or 8:30. Lately it's been 8:30 with the kids starting school at home and stuff. So I do another round of tasks during that power hour. And then we try to do a round of tasks again at lunch, and then before I go to bed at night, the same task.
So you're doing, did you just say 3 or 4 power hours?
No, 1 power hour.
1 power hour. So
the rest of them are on.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. So how, oh my goodness, I can't talk. How often how much would you say that you work during the day? Like how many hours?
Probably 3, at least 3 or 4.
Okay.
But still, when you're thinking about a full-time job, like you're making a full-time income and you're at home with your kids,
Well,
that's
yeah.
huge.
And you have to look at like what all you've accomplished. I would trade 3 to 4 hours a day for those big bonuses. And you're almost double, aren't you?
We're 4,000 from double in the right places. So we have someone that is about to go. Well, we have 2 that need to go ruby to make 1 emerald. And then that'll be my diamond leg, and then working on my ruby leg. And that's where we are.
That's crazy. Yeah. So something that really stood out to me that had me so excited about like getting to know you and stuff whenever we first met through Lori is and don't take this the wrong way. This is just the way I've always heard it said. And so this is the way it always comes in my head. You are the definition of ignorance on fire. And that is a good thing. That is not like a bad thing at all. It's like, we were talking and you didn't know about like the charts, like the executive thing. And there's just so much that you didn't know about. And I was like, I've been in for like 5 years and this girl is like zooming past me and I was just like mind blown. Like, what in the world? So what is it that I'm trying to think of what I was about to ask. What is it that had you to where, I don't know, like how were you moving without knowing anything? I don't know really what my question is. Maybe you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, no, it's literally our team. Like my upline is incredible. Her upline's incredible. Her upline's incredible. Like we have I thought every team was like that. I had no clue. And so I just accidentally got on this team. I had no idea what I was doing and signed up with Tiffany. And I'm telling you, like we have 3 or 4 trainings a week, nightly. We have 6 power hours a week. Well, we have 6 times. We actually have 11 power hour options a week, and not including the nightly ones. And so we're just constantly, everybody on our team is running and pushing and going and encouraging each other that you just can't stop. Like you have to keep up. So I feel like if that's just how they are. So yes.
Okay. So how close or how do you close or how do you overcome the no's? That was a question that somebody wanted me to ask you, is how do you do your closing and overcome the no's when talking to customers?
Okay. So like the last week, I have not had a customer and I've been stressed out, like been trying not to, but I've been like, okay. It's just a dry season. It'll come through. Well, right before I hopped on the Zoom, I had a lady, I asked her to host a post for me. Never talked to her before. And she was like, yes. So she posted, and then she wrote me back and said, I need to lose some weight. And so I asked her, are you bloated? Do you like coffee? All the things. And she said, yes, I'm bloated. I don't really like coffee and something else. Well, I just offered her the 14 Easy. So I sent her the pricing for the 14 Easy, the one with 14 days of smoothie or 28 days of smoothie. And she wrote back, oh, that's expensive. She didn't say no. She said, that's expensive. So I could have automatically been like, okay, I'm going to offer this slimming system and play it safe and be done. But instead, I just kept talking to her about what that system was going to do for her body and how it was going to make her feel better, and how a meal replacement shake, 30 days of a meal replacement shake, $5 a day at a meal, that's $150. That pays for your whole system right there, And so I was like, you're going to feel better, blah, blah. Well, she just checked out with the 14 Easy, the first system, the 14 days of smoothie. But it's still like, I could have stopped when she said it's too expensive, like you just have to keep pushing forward. Like I wasn't rude. I was trying to help her. I wasn't pushy. Like I was still sweet, but I was explaining to her that you're going to feel so much better. Like you don't just need the gummies, you need the cleanse and you need the smoothies to help you too. And so you can't limit yourself. Like so many, one of my girls, she has so many potentials, but they're not checking out. And I'm like, you literally just need to start sending shopping carts to these people. Like help them check out, help them feel better. Amazon does it. All the places do it. Every time you get on a website, they pop up on Facebook reminding you, I can get on Carter's and put clothes in there for those kids. And 10 days later, my cart will pop up on Facebook and the clothes are still in it. So they're doing the same things and people don't get mad at them. They're not being rude. They're just reminding you, they're actually helping you. And so I just say, don't give up. It helped those people check out. They want to check out. If you get a flat no, I just make a round circle. So if they say no to host a post, then I offer them the gummies and the cleanse. If they don't want to post for me, fine. Are you interested in some meal replacement smoothies or nail and hair vitamins? Anything. They say no to that. Okay, do you want to be a distributor? You do that whole spill. And it's just, you ask them to be a distributor, they don't want to be a distributor, then they can host a post or they can buy, and so it's just, you have 3 options that you are cycling through every person. And so when I go back through to follow up, if I haven't ever asked them about one of those before, then I start with that. Every person needs to tell you no to all 3 options before you're done with that person. You're still not done with them until they decide on one. So
I love that. Okay, so one last question is, how or do you find yourself struggling with mom guilt? And if so, how are you overcoming that or making sure that you're not like on your phone 24/7 and you still have time to do all the things?
Yes. So I have to put down my phone because of homeschool and things. And so during power hour, they know like mama's drinking her coffee and working. That's mama's time. They know that. So they'll, they play or read or whatever. And then we do school. And then after lunch, when they're done with school and they're done with lunch, they go outside and play, and I do another round of tasks, and I try not to pick up my phone again until Zoom that evening or so. I might check my messages once or twice, but that doesn't take but a second to check your messages and send a script. And so and if I'm making reels or something like that, like I'll do that once a week. I let them do it with me and have fun or watch, or they think it's so funny. So I try to include them. And so you just have to, I'm reading a book right now. I haven't finished it yet. Valerie started me on it. It's Atomic Minds. Have y'all read that? Atomic Habits. Yeah. Atomic Habits. Yes. And so that's a big deal to teach yourself. And you have to have people that work too. Like I have a lot on my team that work, and they have to be able to put, Carissa is on here right now. She's about to go, she's my diamond leg. And so she works full time, and she has to, do the things in the morning and check them at lunch and do them in the evening. And so you just have to be consistent with that and disciplined.
Awesome. I love that. Thank you so much, Tracy. Does anybody else have any questions that they want to ask her? If so, we have a couple minutes, so y'all can drop them in the chat if you have any, or just unmute and ask. Will work too. Or if Tracy, if you have anything on your heart that you think needs to be said or anything like that, feel free.
Yes, I was looking over my notes. So one thing is, don't give up on your distributors. Like if there's some that like stop working, don't give up on them. Like keep checking in with them. If they start ghosting you, like at least comment on their stuff on Facebook, to let them know you're still there and you still care. Because you never know when they're going to start again. And I think that was, yeah. And when you're training them, let them be in control of their own business. Like you can help them and tell them all the things to succeed, but let them make their own choices and all that good stuff. My mind's going blank, y'all.
No, you're good.
Is there anything?
A bunch of stuff too. I was like so excited to get on here, and then I just went so blank. So, anyways, but
yeah,
just pump me up.
Yeah, just don't limit yourself and be consistent and do the task. That's it. Like believe in yourself, be consistent, do the task. Don't stop, do them every day. Like we take off on Sundays a lot of the times, just, for God and for rest and all of those things. And I really feel like God honors that. But besides that, we're on vacation. We still do our tasks. We were on our leadership retreat and we wanted to go to the beach. And we were like, no, we're going upstairs. We're sending 30 host post asks, then we'll go to the beach. Like all of us. So we were like, we set a timer and race who could send out their host post asks first, because that's how we roll. We're going to do this. So I guess that's our non-negotiables, that we make sure to succeed. So yes,
somebody wants to know what's on your vision board. Is
that my dream board, you mean? So, so when we did the one in Orange Beach, the one where what we don't want, what my goal is right now is to bring James home, to be triple diamond by next year, and have my kids with their daddy and not have to travel anymore with them. He This last weekend he was able to buy his welding machine, and once I get this double diamond bonus, he's going to get his welding truck fixed. Like, we're starting a business. He's wanted to do that for 12 years. We're adding on to our house, which we need very badly, and we've been trying to do that for 10 years. So just things that we wanted to happen for so long, and that they're finally happening and they're okay. But one of my biggest things is to help a lot of mamas that I know that need this, that haven't bought into it yet. And so when Lori said this week, to get your top 10 ladies and you could get that wand and touch their name with them, it's true. Like, you get those 10 ladies that that need this business, that you're your dream board, and believe that you could actually get them to join one day, and don't give up on them. So I thought that was cool. I like that.
Me too.
But
I
yes.
love the whole praying for your dream team and like specific qualities. I love that. Somebody else
Yes.
wants to know, she said she has family who won't put up a host a post for her, but they support their friends. Do you at that point don't bother family?
Yeah, I don't. There's so many other options out there. And so I'm not going to sit there and bother someone over and over that doesn't want to help me. Like, there's so many other people that will, and there's so many other people that want your help. You're not bothering people that want your help. And so just, let them be. They're watching. I promise you they're watching. If you look at your stories, who are watching your stories? Those same people watch every story you put up. And so just leave them alone. They'll come around eventually, or they may not, but to me personally, I don't think it's worth a relationship to ask again, or to bother your heart with it, because I think that hurts our heart and discourages us more than anybody else saying no to us, as people that we love, because we would do it for them, so just don't even go there. Just leave it alone and let them be, and God will take care of your next person. So yes.
All right. Well, if nobody else has questions, we'll end this. Thank you so much for hopping on. You put me up so much. I love watching you. You guys, if y'all aren't following Tracy Phelps, go follow her, because she knows her stuff. She knows what she's doing. It blows my mind that you've only been here for 6 months, and the leadership quality that you already have. Like, you're so level-headed and like vision. I don't know. It's just crazy. It took me years to get to that point. And so to watch you 6 months in and see you just like blasting off, and you're like, I don't know, just hearing you talk blows my mind. So anyways, 4 months. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, if y'all are following her, go. I don't know why I said 6 months, 4 months. That's even better. Okay. Anyways, so if y'all aren't following her, go follow her, because she knows what she's doing, and she's one of the leaders to follow for sure.
Thank you.
So, anyways, all right, you guys have a good night. Thank you so much, Tracy.
Thank you, Rebecca. Y'all have a great night.
You too.